Hey everyone, Forrest Jackson with Jackson Pottery and Jackson's Home and Garden. And we're very excited to have a few special guests with us from Vietnam. And Tiny Hearts of Hope is an organization that we have been supporting for a number of years. And so my wife Kellyanne and I are happy to have Brent and Stacy Tarr in our home to talk a little bit about some of the charity work that they've done over the last number of years, some of the ministry work. And just want to give the floor to them and tell us a little bit about, for the people who don't know, Tiny Hearts of Hope and what you do.
Sure. Tiny Hearts of Hope is an organization that started back in 2008. And I guess recently partnered with you guys about a year and a half ago. We found Forrest and Dave. They came to Vietnam, jumped on the back of the motorbikes with us. We took them to the slums, took them to the orphanages, had some good times. And they just saw what we do. And what we do at Tiny Hearts of Hope is we do children's ministry basically in a means to try to meet a physical need, but realistically we hope to reach a spiritual need that these children have and point them to Christ. And so we have 6 different projects going on. We have 8 staff now, and we're doing great work. One of the projects we have is called the Hope House, which is a house for street kids. And so we get these kids off the street, we raise them, we give them hope in a future. We give them food, we give them education, and it's been a blessing. So a lot of these questions it's a very big answer. You know, that's just one facet. We also have a community development program where we go into these communities. Typically, one community will be a 1-year program, and we'll do, clean water. We'll do education programs, scholarships. We'll do sanitation. There's no bathrooms out there, And again, all of these through a local church and a means to point people to the church and essentially to Christ. We have a program called the Shop of Hope, which is a replication kind of Salvation Army. And so our staff is handicapped and really underprivileged themselves, because being handicapped is very difficult in Vietnam as well. And so we provide them jobs, we provide them opportunities like that. And so it's a resale shop, just like you'd see in Goodwill or Salvation Army. The Hope House is really an orphanage, basically. But orphanages, when you have institutionalized homes, like the large orphanages that we do work with, you've got 80 to 100 kids, and those kids don't develop as well. And so we work with them and we help those orphanages. We actually fund and run a smaller orphanage, again, the Hope House, and we have about 10 kids.
It's more like a family when it's
more
small.
of a family, and it helps develop the kids for that. It's better for them.
And they learn how to take care of each other and do chores and do normal family things. Go on outings. They can go on outings. You can fit 10 kids on 3 motorbikes and go somewhere.
We got videos.
Could you guys share with us a success story of one of the kids who's gone through either your Hope House program or your educational program?
Sure. We found a family that was living under a bridge in Ho Chi Minh City. We found Wook, V, Fung, and Fung actually had 2 kids at 21 years of age, and we took them into the Hope House. And Wook has just recently graduated culinary arts school. Awesome. V is about to graduate college, and it's been great. And as a matter of fact, these are kids that lost both their parents, and they were really forced to live on the street.
How old were they when you found them living under a bridge?
Let's see, V would have been 13.
13 and 15, I believe.
13 and 15.
And their older sister would have been
20, 19, 20, 21 maybe.
Wow.
So I think what a lot of the folks watching, and certainly we want to know, is what new projects, what new activities do you have come up for 2021? Obviously, you need to get back into Vietnam, and you're doing a lot of things remotely, but what are some of the things you're excited about for this next year?
One of the things that we tried to do for 2020 was launching a product that we actually have called a Smart Box, which is a mobile IT lab. Really excited about it because 2020 and the COVID shutdown, it kind of didn't happen like we anticipated. So 2021, and actually we're recently just now starting to enroll it, is going to be the Smart Box. And the Smart Box basically houses 20 laptops, and it actually has its own battery pack, and it has its own server. And so there's really no need for us to go and get plugged in or get on Wi-Fi. And we can take this mobile IT lab and go into these communities like the slums, like the tribal areas where they don't have access to electricity. And we can set up a classroom full of laptops. Use these laptops to teach language, to teach math, to teach everything you can imagine. And of course, we're going to have a trained teacher to do that. So we're really excited about Smart Box. We have one, and we're looking to get more.
Could you guys tell us about what are your most pressing needs that you have coming up when you go back to Vietnam? Maybe something that we can either be in prayer about, or a goal that you might have that you want to focus on financially?
One of the things I think we've always fought would be a need for transportation. You know, our staff and Hope House number about 25. And so when we go and transport to go to a location, it's very difficult. Usually 5 or 6 motorbikes. A lot of our staff is handicapped.
How many people are you talking about that ride or go together?
So we have 6, 7, 8 motorbikes with 2 or 3 people,
It's like a whole gang.
So usually, sis, and so a car would be great. The unfortunate factor about having a car is it's very expensive. In Vietnam, the way they control traffic is they highly tax vehicles that are 4-wheeled. And so right now, the infrastructure in Vietnam just can't support everybody driving cars like America. And so a car would be a blessing for us, for sure.
Any other avenues that you guys offer? I mean, PayPal and like that, is it all?
Sure.
Okay.
We definitely have PayPal. We have an address here in the States, a P.O. box you're more than welcome to send checks to.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, we really appreciate you guys being with us. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
tinyheartsofhope.org. It's a great organization. What we like about them is they're real down to earth, real people. Dave and I, like you said, we did have the privilege of visiting them, going to orphanages with them, seeing that they have their hands really in what's going on. You give a lot of times to big organizations, you don't really know where the money goes. You can see the effects of what they're doing every day. And it's grassroots. It's phenomenal, the people of integrity. So really appreciate you watching. Thanks very much, you guys, for being here.
Thank you.
Take good care.